Hello, welcome to Campervan Parts UK. I'm going to talk to you about awnings and awning rails. So we're often asked the differences between the awning rail and the canopy awnings. And the difference really is that the canopy awning gives you an instant sun and a rain shade on the side of your vehicle. It obviously is a self-enclosed unit in a cassette on the side of the vehicle, so it doesn't impact inside your vehicle. And the awning rail is sometimes fitted to vehicles, especially with a nose cone on the elevating roof because it acts like a gutter, but it's mainly used for drive-away awnings. So the drive-away awning is great when you're going to go to a campsite and you're going to be stopping for 5 days or a week or more, where you want an enclosed space which you can zip up and drive away from and then come back to. On a lower facility campsite, it obviously reserves your camping pitch and gives you an enclosed space to be able to unload into and leave items on the campsite as well. So they both have a very different function. Personally, the way we use our campervan is the canopy awning is something that I wouldn't be without. So the way we tend to use our campervan is we tend to turf from campsite to campsite, and we don't tend to stop at a campsite for any prolonged period of time. So an enclosed drive-away awning doesn't suit us because of the fact that we are generally winding our canopy awning in, even wet, because of the fact that it's a completely rot-proof material, so it doesn't matter about having to dry it back out again. We do tend to, but you don't have to. It means that immediately you get to a campsite, you can unwind it. It gives you a sun, as I said, as a rain shade. It gives you a landing space for your shoes, for bicycles, for scooters, for all the other kit that we often have because we have children. And it works very, very well. It's the last thing that we wind away when we leave. And as I said, when you're touring from campsite to campsite, the fact that it's so quick and easy to unwind and wind back in suits us. But for people that are going to a campsite for a longer period of time and perhaps want the enclosed space, either for the additional berths it gives or to be able to unload into it or hold your pitch, as I've said, that the awning rail really has that's where it really comes into its own. There are different awning rails which are on the market. This one here is by far the best. It obviously gives you a gutter, so that it means that any water running down the side of your vehicle is going to be taken away without just running into your door. Although it does have a channel in it, so you are able to put a sheet awning type into it. For a drive-away awning, there's no point in using a connector strip within the channel here itself. It just means that you're going to end up with 2 or 3 strips of plastic, which is going to have a gap in it somewhere, which is going to run with water if it rains. The bonus with this is the fact that with the rolled top edge, it does mean that the figure-of-8 piece of plastic on most drive-away awnings can just be clipped straight onto the top of this, which means that anything falling on the tent side will just drain away, and anything the other side comes into the gutter and again drains away either side of the gutter. So it means it gives a properly waterproof seal to your vehicle. So it works really, really well. It's very, very easy to clip on because it's just a push clip on and a pull clip off. You don't have to start feeding figure-of-8 pieces of plastic onto it. So it works really, really well. Coupled obviously with the Remo multi-rail end caps, it's a completely finished product. So these clip onto the front, and that obviously then contours around the front of your vehicle in order to give a nice neat finish at the front. And the rear plastic again finishes off the back. So it's a completely finished product and looks really good. The F45 canopy awning is our awning of choice. We've tried several different canopy awning manufacturers, and every time we've come back to Fiamma. Fiamma are the market leaders. It's tried and tested. Every single component in here is serviceable, so every single component is individually purchasable. The Fiamma awning fits the side of your vehicle on brackets. If you are purchasing this for self-fitting, please be aware that it's not just a DIY fit. These brackets need to be cut and altered. They needed to be rivet-nutted on the side of your vehicle, and obviously a fitting with a elevating roof. The elevating roof often has to be altered in order to accommodate the brackets. So the awning is really easy to operate. It comes with a double hinged handle, which means that it's just a simple case of popping it into the bottom, and then you can just wind it. And to wind it out and wind it back in. It has concertinaed arms, which is self-supporting to a point, certainly gives you enough to be able to unwind the canopy awning far enough to be able to put the legs out and then just to walk the legs out. It's very, very easy to do it as a solo operation. So the Fiamma awning is, as I said, great for a sun and a rain shade, but it also does come with rails in the front of it. So if you do want the best of both worlds, the canopy awning does give you the option to be able to feed in a connector strip in order to be able to put a driveway awning onto it. Now, if you do that with the connector strips, the negative aspects of having connector strips to slide on and one or 2 points for the rain to be able to come through is the negative part, obviously, of having this. So there is a slight downfall with using this for a driveway awning, but it does give you that option to be able to have both. So if most of your motorhoming is touring and using the canopy awning, but maybe you're doing 1 week's holiday a year with friends and you want to be having the facility of a driveway awning, then you can have that with this awning. It is possible to fit both. So it is possible to have the awning rail, but it's only going to act as a gutter. So if you do have a nose cone on your vehicle, which is pouring water into the middle of the driver or the passenger door every time it rains, then you can fit this to act as a gutter, and you can then fit a canopy awning onto it. But you're not going to be taking the canopy awning off in order to be able to be using it with or without the canopy awning. Once you've fitted it, it really is a permanent fitment. I hope that's answered most of your questions with regards to the differences between a driveway awning and a canopy awning, and also explained some of the positives and the negatives between both products. We offer a fitting service, so obviously fitting these, as I said, isn't really a DIY fit. It is something that we do lots and lots of. It takes about a couple of hours to fit a canopy awning. It takes 2 people just under 2 hours in order to do the fitment, and it's something we're always happy to do. We do lots and lots of them, so we're very competitive with the cost that we're able to offer.